I have an action plan that we've had on our website and that we sent out in our newsletter from day one. Say it like this: Lex Green, Libertarian, Governor. It doesn't even have to be a whole sentence. If you just say those three things together, that's an impression. I prefer a complete sentence like, have you heard Lex Green is running for governor as a Libertarian? That certainly makes a better impression on all your friends and family. But, and do this over and over again, because that is the one thing that will get us elected, is people to recognize the name. More than anything else. I've got all my issues on the website, or most of them, and I answer, as I said, I answer my emails, try to make sure people know everything I stand for. My name is Lex Green. How are you doing? The next thing is letters to the editor and call in to talk radio. Now, if you're like me, you listen to everybody else do it, you read everybody else's letters to the editor for years, but you never did it yourself. Or maybe some of you have been doing that. This will help immeasurably, is if you say, this is the time I'm going to do it. I'm going to step out, I'm going to write a letter to the editor, and I'm going to mention Lex Green, Libertarian candidate for governor. All right? Again, now a letter to the editor reaches thousands of people, whereas you were just mentioning it to 1, 2, or 10 in a day. Now, one letter reaches thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people, depending on which paper. Call into talk radio. Okay, we hear a lot of it. That talk radio now is becoming more and more popular, and they're always talking politics. The opening is always there. So if they say Rich Whitney, you call in and say, what about Lex Green? If they say Bill Brady, call in and say, what about Lex Green? He's the Libertarian candidate for governor. And it doesn't take a whole lot. Just get your voice on there. And if you get a little embarrassed, you can always hang up. But get the name out there. I don't know how much you guys are into emailing and Facebook and blogs and all that stuff. If you're not into that, then you can kind of skip over this section. But it's very important right now that when somebody mentions Lex Green, Libertarian for governor on Facebook, then somebody else gets in and comments, and there's a lot of people reading that stuff, and a lot of people sharing that information. And then the next thing would be to organize events that I can come speak at, like this. And I love going around the state doing this. And I encourage you to find out more about the whole slate, because we have a really good slate of candidates. Mike Lavner running for Senate, my running mate Ed Rutledge, of course, vote for me is a vote for Ed. And then Julie Fox is the only accountant running for controller. So she's the only one that's qualified for the office. And then we have Josh Hanson running for Secretary of State, and James Pauley for Treasurer, and Bill Malin for Attorney General.